Welcome to Newsmaking Headlines on March 17th. It's going from bad to worse in unfortunate Japan, from earthquakes to a killer tsunami to a worsening nuclear crisis, and now snow that is hampering rescue efforts. The poor Japanese people are unmercifully being hit by one crisis after another. What's more, fear even hit Japan's closest neighbors that a radiation cloud from its stricken nuclear plants was heading for their countries. Komjatlook's main headlines scream World Health Organization reveals rumors warning the world not to panic over radiation spread, insisting deadly radiation is under control and will not spread to other countries. But a subheadline says containment vessels beyond cure. According to the paper, experts on volcanic ash in the United Kingdom are warning airlines about the possibility of a radiation cloud from Japan spreading to Russia, China, the US, and South Korea. With Japan making all efforts to calm the world, we are wondering if the country is underestimating a delicate situation which could turn drastic in the event of a meltdown. We can only hope Japanese officials are not covering up the extent of the damage, or maybe they are being far too optimistic. France's Nuclear Safety Agency, for one, has rated the situation at level 6. Japanese nuclear agency officials are sticking to its level 3 and insisting this won't be another Chernobyl. And listen to this, Japan's Prime Minister himself appeared to be losing faith in his nuclear plant operators, Tokyo Electric Power Company, and was overheard asking what the hell is going on. In Hong Kong, shoppers were snapping up popular Japanese milk powder, fearing future supplies could be contaminated by radiation. At home in Thailand, people who use some models of Japanese cars may be affected, at least in the short term. Certain car parts that are imported from Japan may face shortage here. Listen to Pujatkan's business headline. For example, it says, Tsunami hits March. Nissan adjusts manufacturing plan. The report says Nissan's Eco Car March, which is selling well in the Thai market, contains import parts from Japan, and local stocks of these important parts will last only till early April. As for Thai Post, its main headline says, Devastation, 10 years needed to restore Japan. Subheadlines say, Nuclear scar causes foreign nationals to flee Japan. Tokyo looks like a deserted city. Thairat, meanwhile, runs an interesting report entitled Frequent Quakes Strike. Is the world falling ill? The report quotes a quake expert from the Asian Institute of Technology, Pennung Wanichai, who does not rule out huge magnitude 7 quakes hitting Thailand because our country has fault lines that are still active. He said that 70 years ago, a magnitude 6.5 quake hit the northern province of Lampang. He went on to add that the magnitude is not the only deciding factor. The epicenter of the quake is 2. So even if an epicenter measuring magnitude 5 is at some town or city, many people could die. An article in Pujatkan has even lambasted our government policy for allowing economic and industrial growth to take precedence over environmental safety and human life. The article pointed out the case of Maptaput in Rayong, with the writer noting that heavy industries in the Maptaput industrial estate pose a threat, what with the many kinds of toxic chemicals being used. Whether it's a human error or a natural disaster, the country risks catastrophe if one of these chemicals leaks into the environment, the writer warns. Now, casting a spotlight on our ongoing censure debate, Thairat's Maeluk Jan praises the Pheu Thai party for being well prepared with information during the debate. But the columnist maintains that the opposition MPs lack experience, efficiency, and sharpness to inflict serious injuries on the government. The columnist praised PM in waiting, Ming Kwan, of delivering a better grilling, both in terms of easy to understand content and a more aggressive speaking style. However, his punch still lacks the weight to knock down or corner his opponent, PM Apisit, who is a highly eloquent speaker and a long-time politician who took the opportunity to hit back, gaining some scores. And what does Pujet Khan have to say? Well, a column by his team of political analysts ran this headline: Halfway of Central War, Pheu Thai sucks, not as good as promised. Wakes Democrat goes from grave. The paper put it plainly that the Pheu Thai under Minh Kwan is incomparable to the Democrats under Apisit on the House floor. Instead of taking the opportunity to stamp the Democrats into the ground, the Pheu Thai was punched back hard. The party does not have any new information, but only the stuff already exposed by the media, says the column. That's it, folks. Have a nice day.